We're hitting the gym with Chi, the prodigy in Ndyamba. He's committed to the bodybuilding lifestyle, meaning neither his full-time job nor his part-time studies can keep him from exercising.
So Chi, how did the fitness bug bite you and how did you get started?
I think like any schoolboy, I wanted to get a little bit bigger for rugby. And that's when I decided to start lifting weights. But in 2010, I decided to take it a little bit further, and my best friend at the time, who was already a competing bodybuilder, Andrew Roth, he actually decided to prep me for my first show in 2010, and that's where I did very well. And ever since then, it's not stopped. It's just carried on, and I hope to carry it on for the future, definitely.
So you've been on the bodybuilding scene for the last 5 years. Is it safe to say that this has become a lifestyle for you?
Absolutely. Bodybuilding for me is something now that I take into my everyday life. Some people speak about bodybuilding, but they do it half-heartedly. It's either you're in it 100% or it's nothing at all. So for me, it's become a lifestyle. It's how I live it in off-season and off-season. It doesn't matter if I'm not competing. Bodybuilding is my lifestyle.
Now, we all know there are 3 important aspects to take into consideration when keeping a great body: nutrition, supplementation, and training. Take us through your training. Or wait, show us your training.
Yeah, sure. Let me take you guys down and have a look.
Cool. So Chi, what's your training like in and off season?
In season, obviously I'm getting ready for a competition. I try to stick to big weights, but I also incorporate a lot of drop sets and strip sets, obviously just to keep my heart rate high, burning fat all the time. And then, my off-season training is very, very different, whereas I do big weights. I don't touch any cardio whatsoever. And that's basically just to maintain big, thick muscle, so obviously that I improve, and the following year, when I want to compete, I can come in bigger and, with just better conditioning of muscle.
So what would your diet typically look like when preparing for a fitness show and assisting you for reaching your goals in the off-season?
When I'm getting ready for a show, my diet is very boring. A lot of people probably look at my meals and say, goodness, how can you eat that? But basically what I have is for breakfast I'd have oats. Then I'd have, brown rice with egg whites, green beans and chicken breast, and basically, that's what my nutrition consists of when I diet, getting ready for a show. In the off season, it's actually hands off deck. I literally let loose and throw in a little bit of junk food, but I'm also, remembering to eat obviously a little bit healthy and keeping it good and keeping my training, on point. But you have to let loose a little bit in the off season and just throw in a little bit of junk food here and there.
So let's get into some of your training.
Cool. Just do a couple of reps here just to warm up.
1, 2, 3.
While the duo works out, 2 important pointers for beginners. Firstly, you need a structured bodybuilding workout plan. Secondly, learn the proper form for your exercises. Good form takes balance and concentration. Chi also supplements his routine with a powerful stack.
Now, Chi, talking about reaching your goals, supplementation is obviously vital in getting the most out of your gym efforts. Which products can you absolutely not do without?
One product I really love using is the 17 Testo Metox. I find it such a great testo booster, to boost my natural test levels. The strength that I get from it, it's just, it's incredible. Also helps me not break down muscle, it helps me not stay in a catabolic state. Instead, I'm always, anabolic.
To showcase a ripped physique on stage requires an athlete to have very little body fat. What products would you say are vital in dropping body fat?
When you're on stage, your body fat really has to be low. And the one product that I found, that helps me do that is, the Fat Cut Hardcore, which I use, 6 days a week. I also use it together with the CLA 1000. Which I have, with my lunch meals and my breakfast meals, obviously just to help break down the fat in my food and also for better absorption of my food. So these 2 products really help me, get my physique toned and ripped when I get on stage.
And how often would you use these?
Normally I'd use the Fat Cut about, 6 days a week. Obviously trying to take the recommended dosage. And I'd use the CLA 2 to 3 times a day.
And what's your favorite supplement to use all year round?
For me, it has to be the Pure Protein IGF. I just found, all year round, it helps me as much as I'm, whether I'm in season or off season, it helps me stay, at a good physique and at a good level within my training and within my physique. So Pure Protein IGF definitely has to be, the product that I like to use all year round.
Well, you're looking great and doing even better.
Well, we hope so. We're going to try to stay that way.
Cool.
Build major league muscle. Tune in again tomorrow as Chi shares more tips. In the meantime, hop on to usn.co.za for great fitness advice and motivation.